What's up guys, JT of the Dead here. Today I'm going to do a video talking about, actually I'm going to start doing a few of these videos. I'm going to start talking about VHS companies that released VHSs, and I'm going to go through my whole collection and pick out the ones of these companies that I own and whatnot. And today I want to talk about Vestron Video. I've picked out a few Vestrons here to show you guys. Also show you guys my dog Molly. It's a Molly dog there, a little Boston Terrier. She's napping right now, so I thought I'd do a video while I could. But anyways, I'm going to talk about Vestron Video today. Vestron came out, I believe, in the early 80s and lasted until early to mid 90s, I think. And I believe the last movie Vestron released was 976 Evil 2, I think, which I don't own. I need to get that one. It hasn't been released on DVD. But like I said, I'm going to try to go through all the different companies like Key Video and media. I have a lot of media tapes and just talk about them and show the cover art and stuff, because, excuse me, a lot of these VHSs had really cool cover art that didn't make it to the DVDs. But, you know, enough rambling on about that. Vestron Video. Show you the first up I have here. Also just got done watching the original Boogeyman. I've owned it for a long time, but I never watched it. And actually, I was surprised it was pretty decent. Had some cool kills. But this first one I got here is Island Claws, put out by Vestron. That's one of their logos. I know you can't really see it because my camera doesn't pick up details very well. But this is a movie that hasn't made it to DVD, I don't believe. I mean, it has really cool cover art too. You can't beat that. It's a movie about killer crabs, cashing in on the Jaws success, of course. But you know, this was released in 1980, I believe, and it has really cool special effects at the end. There's a giant crab, and these people have to fight it. But I mean, you know, good old Vestron. Gotta love that cover art. And next up we have Ghoulies 3. There's also a different Vestron logo. Can't really see if I can zoom in there. No, that looks even worse. Anyways, Ghoulies 3. This is my favorite of the Ghoulies series. This is Ghoulies Goes to College. It's just cheesy fun. I mean, look at that cover art there. You got all the Ghoulies, which also these guys made appearances in the Trolls movies. Well, the first Troll movie. I don't know if any of you guys out there noticed that or not, but it was really good puppeteering. I assume that the same person done the puppeteering for both movies, so probably had some props left over or whatnot. But Ghoulies 3 is just really fun. This also hasn't been released on DVD, and I hope that it gets a DVD release. Ghoulies 4 is not as good, but yeah, Ghoulies 3 is probably my favorite in the series. Excuse me, my voice is kind of going out. But next up we have The Gate. Vestron logo. I don't know if that's the same as yeah, it's the same as the Ghoulies one, but the DVD of The Gate, the first release, I'm not sure who put the first release DVD out, but it had this cover art, and the new one has some digital piece of crap cover art that has a little boy that's not even in the movie, but I always remember this classic cover art. And I'm pretty sure I have The Gate going in my yard out there, because I walked outside and there's a big hole in my yard, so that's the first thing popped into my mind, was these little demons coming up out of there. So if I grab one of them, I'm gonna start making some wishes. But you know, The Gate, good movie. Need I say more? Everybody knows The Gate. Next up here we have Chained Heat, some Linda Blair goodness. I've only watched half of this, but I need to watch the other half. This is a women's in prison movie. I mean, look at that cover art there. This is, you know, classic Linda Blair 80s. Another Vestron. This is just the V logo, which I think is a cooler logo than the other one that Vestron went with. But also another thing about Vestron tapes I've noticed, the little sticker flap does not stay on very well. So Vestron, shame on you. Cheated us on the glue for the, well, I mean, it is, you know, probably 20 some years old, so, but anyways, got Waxwork. This is the first Waxwork. The other Vestron logo. I've only seen this once, and it has, from what I remember, has Zach Galligan, I think is how you say his name, from Gremlins, which he's a cool actor, and it's cool to see him in something else other than Gremlins. You know, it's an 80s movie about these teenagers going into a wax museum and all the crazy wax figures of like Wolfman and Dracula and stuff like that, I think, are coming to life. Pretty creative movie. I have the second one too, but I haven't watched the second one. This next one up here is some of my favorite cover art that will always be burned into my brain. This is Chud 2, Bud the Chud, Vestron release, and I mean, I used to confuse this cover art actually with two other movies. Well, the first Chud, because of the coming in the manhole thing there, and the eyes, those two just kind of blurred together because I think they always sit next to each other on the shelves in the video store. But also Dead Pit, that movie where the zombies coming out of the ground, and our video store had the one where you press and the eyes lit up, and I always thought that was this, and then I came across this at a yard sale, and I was bummed to find out that it wasn't the one you press and get the light up eyes, which I have that also now, the Dead Pit VHS, but the eyes they don't light up and the faces kind of busted out, so that sucks. I'd like to have a working one of the Dead Pit with the eyes, and Frankenhooker, the one that talked. I remember our video store had that box that you push the button and it would say "want a date." I remember being, a small kid, like 5 years old or something, and I kept I'd always go back there and press that button. I thought that was really cool, but I couldn't talk my mom into renting one called Frankenhooker. But I did get away with basket case, so win some, you lose some. Next Vestron release here I have is The Kindred. This is a very fun sci-fi horror flick about a kind of like a DNA gone wrong baby, and it grows and grows and grows to crazy proportions. It kind of reminded me that movie Spliced. When I seen the trailer, I haven't watched the movie, but from the trailer it kind of reminded me of the concept of The Kindred. And this is not on DVD either, but I mean, I love that cover art. Got a mutated baby in a bottle. Something about mutated baby movies, really get me. My dog's waking up. Anyways, we got Private Eyes here, another classic from my childhood. Don Knotts, Tim Conway. It's in the comic style of a Sherlock Holmes movie, and it's classic. It's funny. A lot of typical Don Knotts stuff. Him bumbling and just real campy, fun comedy. Private Eyes, definitely check that one out if you're into Don Knotts. And the last one here, last but definitely not least, Savage Streets, Vestron release. I mean, it gets no better than Linda Blair with a tight black jumpsuit on, a crossbow, and some crazy hair, and boobies in the bathtub. I mean, that's all I have to say about Savage Streets. It's just amazing gang, rape revenge, action flick. I mean, it has everything that a guy could want. Also, this is pretty cool because it's got the old gray top on the VHS. I mean, but you can't beat Savage Streets for a rape revenge flick. Definitely. That's it for the Vestron talk, guys. My dog is awake. She wants to say hi. What are you doing, girl? But yeah, her name is Molly, after Molly Ringwald. That's what you get when you let your wife, who's a big, pretty, and pink fan, name your dog. But yeah, that's it for the Vestron talk, guys. See you next week or next few days with some media talk. Peace.